What do you suppose this is?
I heard you say capacitor or something.
Capacitor? It's a capacitor.
Capacitor?
I'm actually late for a class.
Capacitor?
Yeah, what do you suppose a capacitor does?
I heard you say it stores electricity.
This device here is called a Wimshurst machine. And a Wimshurst machine is designed to generate static electricity. So if we put the two ends together, you can spin this, you can hear some sparks. You hear the clicking?
Would it be smart to touch that while you're turning it?
They want to put their finger in there?
Seriously?
Seriously, yeah,
I
sure.
won't get electrocuted, will I?
No, you won't get electrocuted.
Ow, ow, ow. Whoa. Ow, ow.
I like how he says, oh, it keeps doing it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this to build up a charge in what might be considered sort of an early type of battery. It's not really a battery, but this is a device that was used to capture and hold static electrical charge. They called these Leyden jars, after the town of Leyden in Europe. This is a homemade Leyden jar out of a film canister, as you can tell. They're very easy to make. It's got a conductive surface on the outside, and inside it's got a conductive surface as well. It's aluminum foil, and they are each attached to these wires. So the Leyden jar is a device that helps us store electrical charge, okay? So what we're gonna do, I need my volunteer there, Elise. Take one side and hook it onto the black wire, like that. And the other side of the Wimshurst machine, hook it onto the center post, like that. Does that look like something that could store electricity?
No.
No, it isn't.
It doesn't
It's like something
really.
you made in your garage.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wind it up here. Okay, just move the wires a little closer together. Oh! Oh! Those sparks are better, eh? Now, who wants to do the finger test? Come on, one of the guys back there, come on. Okay, here we go.
I felt it.
You're touching, oh, see, it still has a charge. I'll take that from you. I bet you'll be happy. A Leyden jar is a nice, very simple way to store static electrical charge. And it will hold it there for a while so you can release it later. If you have more surface area,
I'm not touching it.
you're not touching it, and that's probably smart. Yeah. The more surface area you have to hold charge, the greater charge you're going to have, the greater voltage. Okay, we'll crank it up there, and we'll see what sort of... Okay, move it a little closer. Okay, is that a bigger spark? So let's see if we can jump that spark gap. Okay, I'm going to stop turning. Okay, so we're no longer generating charge. Now move it closer. You can see that it's still, the charge is still there, right? It's holding the charge. That will bleed off. It'll lose its charge pretty quickly because it's just a bit of aluminum foil in a plastic container. The Leyden jar is a very simple device for storing static electricity. And it is the precursor, it is the ancestor to the modern capacitor, also called a condenser. And a capacitor is a device used to store electricity, store static electrical charge so it can be released very suddenly. Let's do a little experiment to see what happens when you put electricity into a capacitor and then release it suddenly. Okay, so I have here a capacitor. It's 1,000 microfarads, 1 millifarad. Doesn't sound like very much, right? 1 millifarad, what could that do? And it takes a 50-volt charge, so I'm going to build my 50-volt power supply here out of 9-volt batteries. In order to charge it safely, I'm going to put a resistor on it. The resistor controls the flow of electricity into the capacitor. We'll put one end on here. And these things fill up with electricity very fast. I don't have to do very much, just touch it a couple of times. So we started with this. We stored small electrical charge in there. And we had fun, sparking ourselves. I had fun sparking you guys. This little capacitor here has now been charged to about 45 volts. If you simply connect the endpoints there, I don't know what's going to happen.
Whoa!
You get a little bit of a jolt. You guys can come in now again, because obviously if it's discharge, discharge once, wouldn't discharge again, although it would. And actually come in here. See, look at the Nice little spot weld marks we got on there. So, it's fun to build up little sparks in little Leyden jars like this, but when you start messing around with them, they bite, because these guys are designed to store electricity and release it very suddenly.